Thank you all for tuning in to You Are Art. It is my 3-month luck update. I just got back from India. The scarf is from there. See all the Sanskrit. And so are these tights. Maybe I'll show them off later. It's Egyptian with Egyptian goddesses all over them. I'm just loving the vibe. India was so good to me. I highly recommend any and everyone to go to India, and specifically Rishikesh. Rishikesh is in the Himalayas and it's with the Ganga River, so it's very, very holy territory, regardless of it being super populated and hearing car horns honk left and right, beep, 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 like literally all day long. Even though all that's going on, there is so much peace there. History and legend has it that from many, many centuries ago, people from all over India would leave their hometown to go specifically to the Himalayas to try to gain self-realization. So now, because so many people have done that, so many monks would literally live in caves for years meditating, that energy is there. So it's literally on another wavelength. Not only that, but Rishikesh is basically in the middle of the hemisphere. So you're dead smack in the center of our equator of our entire planet. I'm talking high, high, high frequencies. You cannot go there and return the same. I highly recommend Rishikesh, Rishikesh. You have to check it out. It is absolutely phenomenal. I went there to focus on my nonprofit organization called Kamden, who was created in honor of my son Kamden. I have this tattoo of him that you can't really see too well, but maybe I'll bring it up a little bit closer. Anyway, it's basically because Kamden did not live a long life. He only lived for 9 months. This organization was started so I could basically give to children what he was not able to receive. And through that, it's really what they need. So I'm not going to limit myself to just giving them only books, but that is the focus. I focus on books because I do feel as though it's important for children to open their minds and to know that there's a whole world out there that even if they're living in underprivileged conditions, in straight up poverty, they know that they can have liberation. They know that if they want to be a basketball player one day, they can do that. If they want to move to America to study and be a doctor or be a film director, they can do that. And that is why I chose books specifically for children, but also to really bring the positive energy to them. And to do that with love. So the other component that we bring is mindfulness. We sit in meditation and let the kids meditate so they know how to tap into that internal peace at any moment that they want. If there's stress, if they're overstimulated even, they can like calm down, close their eyes, and start breathing. Even though I personally practice an open-eyed meditation practice, I think closed eyes is great as well, especially for kids. Now, a part of me feels like, I don't know what I'm doing. Doing this nonprofit, I feel silly, like taking photos of myself with the kids and, doing the quote-unquote good work. And I know that I shouldn't feel silly about it because it is good work, but sometimes in life, we just don't ever know what we're doing or why. And I'm learning to accept that and be okay with that. And so that's where I'm at with that. I think overall it was a good turnout. The kids were happy. The meditation was amazing. We were on the rooftop. The wind was breezing through, flowing through us. I really can't complain. Where I'll go from here, I don't know yet. I do have many more books to donate to kids. So maybe I'll do local or do some more fundraising events and support this same charity again next year. We'll see. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions on where I should go with Kamden, what I should do with it, if you are interested in helping with Kamden, I would love that. I'm definitely looking for support and a team to really help build this, build this infrastructure up, and not for ourselves, but for kids and giving back to them. What else has been going on? Oh, I have not been giving a flying fuck about what people think of me. So that is a deadly state to be in. Jim Carrey has a quote and a meme that's out where it basically says, you are living in a deadly state when you stop giving a fuck about what people think about you. And I mean truly, not like just thinking that to yourself, oh, I don't care what people think, and pretending that you don't when really you do. I'm like talking about really, really, truly not giving a fuck. I definitely think Freeform Locs has helped me with that. People stare sometimes, or they're like, I don't know what their judgments are, but maybe think I'm like dirty or something because my hair's not combed. Who knows? That's their problem, not mine. And the more and more that I'm giving myself this love, this like deep internal love that's coming to a sense of wholeness within my being, is the more and more I'm starting not to give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. Because really, this is my journey and you all have your own journey. So whatever you choose to do with your life, do it. It really doesn't matter. People are going to judge anyway, and then you start realizing how minuscule judgments are to begin with. Like, I don't even want to waste my time judging people because it's foolish and it's like of lower frequency. I'd rather focus on things of higher frequencies. So I'm not going to preoccupy myself when people want to judge me or look at me and misperceive me or even misunderstand me, which has been very common in my life, is to be constantly misunderstood. Like, oh, she's conceited because I'm walking with my head up high. I'm sorry, I don't feel like falling for our society's constant message of you should have low self-esteem. It's almost like our society promotes low self-esteem and that is what's acceptable. And so when someone walks around feeling graceful and feeling elegant and feeling good in their skin, it's almost like, oh my God, what are they doing? That person has so much ego. That person is so conceited. Who the fuck gives a fuck? Live your damn life. And yes, I'm cursing because I'm passionate. Live your life, you know? Like, if people are watching this and they're judging that I'm cursing, focus on something better. Focus on something pertaining to you, number one, and something of higher frequencies. Do I think curse words are of lower frequencies? No, depending on the context. So if someone's like super angry and they're like, man, fuck that bitch, blah, 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 that's definitely lower frequency. But if you're being expressive and passionate and you're using a word, dude, it's just a word. So that's definitely been happening for me, and I definitely feel like India has helped as well. So not just the Freeform Locs, but India helped me not give a fuck about what people think, because I stood out like, what is the saying? A needle in a sore thumb? I'm probably butchering that saying, but you know what I mean. I really, really stood out. And it's almost like the Asian gene pool is so strong. I mean, so many Indians looked alike. One girl I met named Maishka, I thought I met her before. I'm like, oh, I saw you earlier today at the cafe. She's like, no, I've been here all day. And it's the gene pool is so strong. So when they see someone that looks different, when they see someone that's following their own flow, they are really, really attracted. They're so fascinated. I cannot tell you how many people in India were fascinated by my hair. They were like, oh my gosh, can I touch it? Taking selfies of me, taking photos of me. Like, one guy asked, can I kiss your hair? And that was so much love. I am so grateful for the love that I received in India. And I really wish people in our country were more loving. And what it allowed me to do is really to express myself even more so, even more free, more flowy, and in an embracing way where I could really embrace myself as the goddess that I am. Because I truly believe we're all gods and goddesses. But see, the problem is that our society does not teach us this. Now, the more you connect to that space within yourself, and the more you rationalize that and the logic of it, which to me, it makes total rational sense, especially if you're talking about, like, let's say the Bible, where God is the creator, and we are children of God, and we're made with the same essence of God. So wouldn't that make us gods? Anyway, all I'm saying is keep loving yourself, and it's definitely a journey. Like, I don't feel like I've arrived at some point where it's like, ta-da, I love myself, and that's it, and there's no more work to do. No. I think it's definitely like a daily dose, a daily mantra, a daily effort, daily work, and recognizing areas in which you can grow towards loving yourself even more. Because the truth is that the more you love yourself, the more you can love others, the more you can receive love unto yourself as well. I also got this really cool henna. I'm gonna put my hand up a little bit. It's kind of fading, but I really love it, and I think it's really beautiful and expressive. I just want henna tattooed right here, but tattoos there don't last. So I bought a henna stick so I can practice on my own at home. Oh, and then my bindis as well. This is like the vibe I was into, and like, dude, like nobody in this state wears anything like this. I'm in Boulder, Colorado. I can guarantee nobody wears things like this. I don't give a damn. I'm doing me, and I'm doing it loud and proud, and it's not like boastful, and it's not in a way where I'm not checking my ego on a regular basis. I do think that our egos are there to support us. I think they're beneficial, and they're like the perfect prototype for how we can create ourselves and really create something unto the world. But it's really, really important to keep your ego in check on a constant basis, so that your ego is not leading you, but that your soul is leading the way, and really merging and building this relationship and partnership with your ego. The other thing is that I sat in a very, very powerful plant ceremony meditation experience, and I thought about doing a whole video on that, but I don't want to disrespect the plants. More and more I'm getting drawn and called to study plant medicine, and it has been totally life-changing. Maybe that has to do with why I don't give a fuck about what people think as well. But there's also a deep reverence that comes from it. So I don't personally feel right coming up with a whole video that's like, yeah, you should try ayahuasca, and this is what my experience was, and like vomiting all of it out, when really I feel like all that would do is just take away the power from what I've received in sitting in that. But I will say that I'm happy to say that it's definitely calling me, that I will be studying in the future plant medicine, specifically that one, which is very, very powerful. So if you're struggling with depression, addiction, even, I mean, this medicine can cure heroin addiction, cocaine addictions, things that are really hurting yourself. I recommend it because it is very powerful. And even if it's just trauma, and I don't want to say just, even if it is trauma that you are looking to heal, this can really, really assist you in healing that. And the way the plants work is that they are spirits that you ingest. And when you ingest these spirits, they really, really cultivate and help shape your life in a way that's better for you. They are medicinal. Herbs are medicinal. They have been since the beginning of time. It's not new science. It's just, I think, like a really, really good kept secret. Although now there's like this whole buzz around ayahuasca, and the shaman that we sat with, he's like, now it's like a shaman express, you know? Everywhere you go, like, so-and-so's a shaman, you really don't know who to trust. And that's something you want to be very careful with. You want to be careful with the information you're receiving from people talking about the plants. You know, you want to make sure they're coming from a place of reverence, because that will literally facilitate and dictate your personal experience. That's what I found. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to share on my 3-month lock update. I'm just enjoying life. I feel like there's this openness that's happened around me, and I am so grateful and blessed to be in this happy place right now. I mean, it's not always perfect, and it's not happy every day. Such is life. But in general, there is this center within me that feels really, really happy and really, really blessed for everything, you know? Blessed for the food that I eat. And I'm thinking about the Indians, you know, in India, living in the poorest conditions you can ever imagine. Seriously. They are so happy. They have this peace. And although I do think the Himalayas and the Ganga contribute to that peace, it's really a choice from them. It's like, yeah, you know, I don't have a nice big house or even money to really sustain me, but enough to eat. So I'm happy. You know, it seems like that's really their vibe. And to everyone, they greet each other with namaste, namaste, which means the light within me bows down and honors the light within you. That is what namaste means. Even doing yoga there, it opened up a whole new world for me, because I teach yoga here in Colorado. And it's like a fashion statement in the West. People who do yoga here, it's like, oh, I went to that yoga retreat in Costa Rica. No. That's not what yoga's about. It's not about showing off. It's not about like wearing your mat and like like, so people can see that you do yoga. It's not about getting on the mat in yoga class and being super vigorous and competitive and like pose. That's really, really not the origin of yoga, which definitely derived and originated in India. What I found there is reverence. You know, how are you relating to reverence itself? Are you practicing reverence in your life with anything? You know, with every relationships to everything. That is what ceremonies have been teaching me. Sitting in ceremonies I've been witnessing people heal their relationships to alcohol even. But I'm not going to go too much into detail other than stating that ceremonies have helped me to really look at and value what is it that my relationship with this is. What does it mean for me? And you can really incorporate that in any moment of any day, anytime, anywhere. Every single moment is a new opportunity for reverence. And how are you relating to what life is presenting to you in the moment, you know? So I just want to thank you for tuning into this video and for listening. I did make it a little bit longer than I expected, but that's okay. Thank you again for listening to You Are Art. Namaste. Don't forget Rishikesh. And again, I'll show you my pants if I can. See the goddess? Yes, honey. Yes. Egyptian. Our roots, our heritage. Black queens, black kings. Know yourself. Know thyself. Above all things, know thyself. Peace and love. Many blessings, y'all.